The Supreme Court unanimously dismisses the Council's appeal for the...
Judgement today at the Supreme Court, ending a 9-year legal battle and landing Hastings Council with a compensation bill of up to £5 million and a legal bill that could top £500,000. It could wipe out more than half of the Council's reserves.
I'm clearly hoping it will be nothing like as much as that. It may well be a substantial sum, and that money is money we'd much rather spend on people who live in Hastings and visit Hastings.
Hastings Pier, now rebuilt and back in action after a fire in 2010, had serious structural problems in 2006 when Hastings Council used emergency powers to close it down. The decision left pier businesses with no income. The biggest casualty was Stylus Sport, which ran a bingo hall and arcade and was one of the biggest leisure groups in the southeast at the time. It later went into liquidation and sued Hastings Council for £5 million. The council fought the claim and lost, first in the High Court and then in the Court of Appeal, and today it lost again at the Supreme Court. This reaction today from the insolvency experts who won the case for Stylus Sports.
I think there's a very strong prospect now that the creditors are finally going to see some recompense for the businesses that were destroyed because of the action of the council. And when I say creditors, it also means the former employees, the taxman, which is you and I, the bank, which had lent a lot of money behind the Stylus business, which had grown fantastically until 2006, the highest growth southeast leisure business, bar none. Mr. Hargreaves had done an amazing job. That was all brought to an utter standstill when the pier was closed.
The level of compensation will now be fixed by legal arbitration. The council hopes to negotiate a sum well below £5 million, but Stylus Sport will push for the maximum. Hastings Council had argued that Stylus Sports knew the pier was unsafe and should not have allowed the public onto its premises. But the Supreme Court ruled that Stylus was not at fault. Hastings Council must now pay the compensation. There is no right of appeal beyond the Supreme Court. John Rahl, ITV News, Hastings.